A very cheerful good evening to all of you. I, Dr. Ritu Soryan, professor at Purnima Institute of Engineering and Technology, Purnima Group, Jaipur, India, welcomes you all and bless you all with a happy, healthy, and prosperous life. You will be excited and have some expectation to learn something new from my lecture. So, my dear friends, my dear students, have some patience and try to be an active listener because the topic of my talk today, which is going to be very helpful for you, that is holistic development through universal human values and professional ethics. See, I'm going to discuss with you that how we have to work for the development, for the holistic development and humanity. And what is the role of right understanding in an individual, family, society, and nature? When we study the situation we people are in today, we arrive at that we have advanced in technology, medical science, and other disciplines too. But still, we are not satisfied. So we are that much advanced. We people are working continuously, but still, we people are not satisfied. What is the reason behind this? So that's the main question that first we try to understand holistic development and how we can proceed further, which direction is suitable for all of us that we can achieve our target. Nowadays, we observe tension in an individual, division in family, and terrorism in society, and exploitation of nature. Is the current education without values contributing positively to eradicate these challenges? Or can it make us understand sustainable or holistic development and the right utilization of the facilities, like physical facilities, what we people are using? So whenever we have this question in our mind, obviously the response is no. And furthermore, due to lack of right understanding, human beings consider that happiness is the accumulation of physical facilities and prosperity is to maximize an accumulation of physical facilities for minimum labor, which is actually not. What we are feeling, we think that prosperity means physical facility. And universal human values and professional ethics consist of proper inculcation of the core human values, which enables one to develop a holistic view of life and significance of natural way of living, that we people learn how to live our life. So these fundamentals, values, remove differentiation on the basis of race. On the basis of race, if I talk about religion, caste, creed, country, gender, and so on. So these are intended to ensure dignity of human beings. So there is a fundamental need for universal human values and professional ethics to develop equality in a society. No discrimination, integration, universal peace, justice, non-violence, and tolerance in the society. That's very important. Then only we can imagine holistic development. Then only we can imagine universal human order, that is holistic development. So holistic is about looking at the trees without losing sight of the forest. It's about seeing the forest and the trees and how they relate to each other. Like, we have to think like this to help the students, to help the future policy makers to see the need for developing a holistic perspective of life. So they can see, they can observe, and they can change whatever the things are not acceptable, to sensitize the student about the scope of life, that is an individual, family, society, nature, and existence. So strengthening the self-reflection to develop more confidence and commitment to understand, learn, and act accordingly. So my dear friends, we people, even we have seen a lot of progress in history of mankind, and science has enabled us to improve our understanding of the physical facility, that is physical reality that is around us. With technology continues to offer convenience in increasingly newer ways, and human beings are able to see the need for peaceful coexistence at the level of human society and recognize the need for education at fundamental, we can say fundamental need. Our education, that's a fundamental need. So we traversed a long way from the times of varying tribes and the fear of natural elements, while We have made tremendous advancement, innovation. Still, we are not satisfied. What is the reason behind it? And we are not able to enjoy the continuity of happiness in our life. And we are talking about holistic development. So, as an individual and young adult, how do we go about evaluation? What is relevant for me? What is irrelevant for us? Or how do we feel about the local issues and global problems that all of us are facing today? What about our life in the family and with our friends? What about our life at the workplace? Are we satisfied? It doesn't matter that we are in a private sector or in a government job. It doesn't matter I'm at home or with my friends. Are we satisfied or happy? Or is I am able to maintain the continuity of happiness so I can imagine the holistic development? One must clearly evaluate in his or her life how much of life is happening from outside. That's the important point that you please focus. We have to clearly evaluate in his or her life. Like I have to clearly evaluate about myself. How much of my life is happening from outside, around you, and how much it is just one's psychological structure. Think about it. So for every small thought, every small thing that happens, a million things happens inside. Hota hai na aisa? Is not it? For every small thing that happens, कोई भी छोटी चीज होती है, छोटी सी घटना होती है. A million things happens inside. Is not it? Every thought, every idea, every emotion, every reverberation that you create, it's responding. Now, whether you have a wonderful soup or a lousy soup depends how much attention you are paying to the soup that you are making in your life. So it's necessary that you take the charge of yourself. It's a time that you take the charge of yourself, work on your thought process. If you are aware with your thoughts, then it will give a good impact. And if you're not aware with your thoughts, that means you are in depression sometimes, in an anxiety or in a stress. So is you ever think about it? Is you ever think that what type of thoughts continuously coming in your mind? You work on it. You start to work on it. That's simply a way that when you try to catch that what type of thoughts are entering in my mind, and you be able to understand that these thoughts are creating stress and anxiety, depression, or sometimes I'm feeling low. You try to kick them out. Say, no, I do not want to enter. I do not allow you that you enter in my mind. It's a practice. If you do continuously 15 days, then you can see a change in yourself, in your thought process. Whenever negativity enter in your mind, you say, kick out, get out from my mind. So if we realize our ambitions across the full extent of the agenda behind the holistic development, the lives of all will be profoundly improved and our world will be transformed for the better. Because I'm not talking about the country. We all are same. Our program is same. Our potential is same. Our purpose is same. The other person is similar to me. Only the problem of competence means if my competence is low, so maybe possible I'm not able to understand. It will take time. If someone help me out, then of course I can achieve my target. So is there any process by which one can see this world as a family and remove all the negative things which spoil our inner harmony and happiness continuity? We people are organizing conference, so many things, but we are not able to find out the perfect solution. So what we can do by which we can remove all these problems and we can live with harmony on this earth. We have only one planet, right? We have no other option. So we have to work on ourselves. So first, I would like to share one story with you. One story, or I can say one incident of Mr. Rajkumar life. That's an imaginary name. And you please listen patiently. And if you're not able to understand, then you please ask me later on when we have a question answer session. See, Mr. Rajkumar life, what happened? Why I would like to share this experience. See, Mr. Rajkumar, one day what happened? Mr. Rajkumar wife Nikita, she was particularly incensed. She was angry, really incensed about her husband. बहुत गुस्सा आ रहा था उसको. So she made a soup and put 5 extra spoons of chili. And she came and served it. Soup was hot, streaming hot. And she wants to see what happens because she was angry. So she said to Mr. Rajkumar, your soup is ready. Enjoy it. But he was busy in reading a newspaper. Nikita again said, your soup is ready. And in reply, Mr. Rajkumar said, and he was still continuously reading the newspaper. In the meantime, Nikita thought that she wanted to check if it really works or not. Soup really works or not. Whether the chili powder is adulterated, not strong enough, means not strong enough. So she thought, let her check it up, and took a half of the half spoon, and just put it in her mouth. It just exploded in her mouth. Tears welled up, tears starting flowing. Just at that moment, the same moment, at that moment, Mr. Rajkumar kept his newspaper down and came. He looked at her, he looked at Nikita and asked her, why are you crying, my dear Nikita? What happened? She said, just last year my mother died, and how much she loved this soup. When I just saw the soup bowl, it reminded me of my mother, and tears came. Mr. Rajkumar said, oh, is that so? Don't worry, my dear Nikita. That's the reality of life. One day we have to lose our mother and father. It's a reality. Then Mr. Rajkumar back to his newspaper with the soup bowl, and put it in his mouth, a spoonful, soup, and it boomed like a dynamite because it was a spoonful. Tears came into his eyes, and then Nikita came and said, oh, you are also emotional. You are also emotional about my mother because my mother died. That's the reason. That's why you are crying. Mr. Rajkumar said, no, I am not crying, my dear, because your good mother died or left. Your good mother left. I'm crying because she left you here and went. So, that's the message which I would like to give with this incident, that the way you are living your life, this thing matters a lot. So if you pay attention, the way you behave with other people, the way you respond, you are giving response or a reaction, or his or her life, when you enter in his or her life, it is creating hurdle, or it is an obstacle for other person, or you will be the reason of the stress. Means if you are not able to give happiness to other people, better to make aside yourself and work on your competence. I want to tell you one more story that you try to understand, then you have a clarity about my topic. See, there was a king, and the king was walking with his minister in the farm. He saw a farmer along with his family, and husband, wife and son, they were buzzing so much life in them. They were very happy, radiant, their faces were radiant, and they were happy. They were beaming with joy. They were singing. There was so affection. And king said to the minister, I have a massive palace and have everything what I have desired for. And these guys are happier than me. Still, they are poor. They are not able to afford anything else still. Why, minister? Then minister said, sir, because this family not a member of the 99 clubs. And the king said, hey, what is 99 clubs? Minister said, sir, you give me 99 gold coins, then I will tell you the meaning. What does it mean? Then king gave him 99 gold coins back. So the minister took that bag of 99 gold coins and put at the doorstep of the farmer. In the morning, when the farmer got up, he saw a bag right at his doorstep. He picked the bag up, went back into his home, into his house, excited as he was. He opened the bag, glittering gold, 99 gold coins. He never came across in his life such a stroke of good fortune. He was very happy. He was saying to his wife and son, see, such a good fortune we have now. He emptied the content on the floor and started counting the gold coins. Then they were 99 gold coins. He said, I made a mistake. Why 99? Why not 100? I made a mistake in counting. Let me count again. He called his wife and said, you please count. Then he called his son, you please count. And again, when they count 99, only 99 gold coins. Now they were all are stressed. The budge had gone. The radiant face had gone. The love had gone. The life had gone. only argument. So now they are officially the member of 99 clubs. They are officially the member of 99 clubs. So let's try to meet ourselves. Let's try to meet ourselves today and help ourselves to find out self and our inner self. Life is full of ups and downs, whips and shocks. We heard a lot since our childhood. And we know this reality that we have to learn to face challenges. Sometimes we are not able to face the stress and pain of life due to any reason. And we, after a long time struggle, when we give up, fall into the clutches of depression and anxiety. And when we are in stress at home, how we can imagine harmony? If you are stressed within self, how you can imagine harmony with your family? And if you are stressed with your family, how you can imagine harmony in the society? And if you are stressed in the society, how you can imagine and think about the nature? So first, we have to take the responsibility that we have to take care of ourselves. We have to start to work on ourselves and how to remain unaffected by disappointment, failure, loss, which are the inevitable part of human life and is a challenge that everyone faces. There are no expectation to it since life is bipolar in nature and success and failure constitute its two enduring phases. So, dear friends, as I told you that I have more than 20 years of experience and expertise in human values and ethics. And I strongly believe in three H's in my life. That is hard work, happiness, and honesty. And I believe with these three H's, I can achieve everything. And I continuously work on my thought process, as I told you, that you have to start to work on your thought process. If you are stressed, if you are suffering from any problem, you work on your thought process and give a proper line to yourself. Our vision is we envisages a world that is free of poverty, hunger, disease, and where all life can thrive. A world with equitable and universal access to quality education at all levels. So we have to taking charge of ourselves. If you take the charge of yourself 98%, then of course 2% I will take care of it. Give right input to your senses, right? Better to develop a habit to give response rather than reaction. जैसे कि मेरे एक बहुत फेमस स्पीकर हैं और उन्होंने एक बार कहा था, बहुत अच्छा सा पॉइंट उन्होंने बोला था, वी फॉलो दिस थिंग देन इट विल बी इजी फॉर अस टू अंडरस्टैंड. वो कहते हैं जिंदगी को जीना आसान नहीं होता, जिंदगी को जीना आसान बनाना पड़ता है. कुछ सब्र करके, कुछ बर्दाश्त करके और कुछ नजरअंदाज कर. अंडरस्टैंड दिस. सो डोंट एवर थिंक that the way, my way is a highway. Give importance to humanity. Because we people have to work for humanism. We work for holistic development. If I'm doing my over-evaluation, if I'm in a habit to do my over-evaluation, so of course I always suffer from ego. So people communicate with you, of course, but they never ever share their problems with you. So try to understand this thing. Give the right input to your senses. Your senses that you have a positive and negative values that is within you. And you try to understand that in your surrounding positive and negative values exist. It depends on your thought process that the which thing impress you, most. Like when you are at home, you are ready for your office, or as a student, you are ready for your college. The way you behave with your parents, the way you reply to your mother or father in the morning, this thing determine your day. If your way of speaking is bad, if your behavior is rough, if you have an over-evaluation of your personality, it means you are in a habit to give reaction rather than response. To learn to respond rather than reaction. So when you enter with this mindset in your office or in your college, so what do? Is it possible for you? You may focus? No, you cannot. No matter that how much command you have, of course, this thing impact you a lot. And your thoughts directly impact on your behavior, and your behavior directly impact on work, and your work directly impact on your organization, right? So as an individual and young adult, how do we evaluate? We try to understand what is relevant for me, what is relevant for us, or I am satisfied with my life or not, or I have to observe minor things in my life. That for everything that happens, a million things happen inside. So if we realize our ambition across the extent, that will help you to, improve your thought process. And you can imagine universal human order. You can imagine holistic development. Here, I'm not talking that you have a limited physical facility. Like our life totally depends on right understanding, relationship, and physical facility. So there is a need which is important for me. You think about it. Right understanding, relationship, or physical facility, which is important for you and why. Is there any process by which we can see this and remove all the negative things which spoil our inner harmony? Is there any process? What is naturally acceptable to me? Naturally acceptable to me only the positive things. I love positive things because whenever I accept the negative things, or sometimes we people are in pressure, influence, or natural characteristics. I would like to tell you the meaning at first, then you can add on with your personality. See, if you are living in influence, then of course you feel sometimes stressful. If you are living with pressure, so of course there is an anxiety or pressure. Or if you are living with your natural characteristics, your original behavior, it doesn't mean that you use a bad language. No, means ethical behavior, definite human conduct. So it means you are living with natural acceptance, natural characteristics. And we all human beings want to live with natural characteristics. My or your potential is same. Our life program is same. Our purpose is same. Problem is only confidence. Maybe possible whatever you talk about, I'm not able to understand, or whatever I talk about, you would not be able to understand because of something going on at the back of mind. So you cannot channelize yourself in a proper way. So what I am, my desire, thought, expectation, to be, to get, to become, बनना, होना, पाना. मैं क्या बनना चाहता हूँ? मैं क्या पाना चाहता हूँ? मैं क्या होना चाहता हूँ? बनना, पाना, desire, thought, expectation. My desire is I would like to see myself as a engineer, doctor, or would like to work with a welfare foundation group, or would like to work for the humanity. Then to be, it's your desire. To get, पाना क्या चाहती हूँ? Money, respect in the society, right? Then to get, to be, to get, to become, होना क्या चाहती हूँ मैं? Of course, happiness. So this is my basic aspiration. Happiness is my basic aspiration, which help me out. Then I can live within harmony as an individual. Then I can think about my family. And when I am able to think about my family, then I can think about the society. And when I am able to think about the society, then only I can imagine a world where there is a peace and equality, where there is no fear, where people have a trust on each other, where at night, if I'm walking on a road at 2 p.m., so there is no fear at the back of mind. So can we imagine this type of condition? Yes, of course. When we are ready to determine within self that I'm ready to take my own responsibility. Only the 15 or 20 people can change the world? No. It's our responsibility. We have to take the responsibility. So this is the game that we people desire to become, to get, to be. Doctor, engineer, service, money. And of course, basic aspiration is only happiness and prosperity. Prosperity, if you search on a Google, then you can find out the meaning health, wealth, and wisdom. But actually, prosperity is feeling of having more than required. जितना मुझे जरूरत है उससे ज्यादा मेरे पास. And this is possible only you can verify when you have a right understanding. हो सकता है there is a problem in right understanding. You have a lack of right understanding, or I have a lack of right understanding. So it would not have been possible for me to analyze the things, right? So this is the basic human goal, not the goal. My basic human goal, happiness. And when I am happy, then only I can imagine a world where there is a peace. If I have given my remote control to other people, whenever they want me to see happy and prosperous, then I will be happy. If someone said, oh, you looking very awkward today, then I am sad because I have given my remote control to other people. First, there is a need that I have to give respect to myself. For this, there is a need that I have to develop a habit of self-exploration. Self-exploration, it doesn't mean that if you are doing any mistake, so you are not ready to accept because you have a trust on your intention that I am not the person who, ever do any type of mistake. Or if you are a person who is actually doing self-exploration. Self-exploration means critical assessment of oneself. Means I have a good control of myself. If I'm doing any mistake, I'm ready to accept it. So self-control means first we have to verify, do the verification. Do I want conflict, contradiction within myself? No, not at all. Do I want conflict, contradiction in my family? No, not at all. Do I want conflict in the society? No, not at all. Do I want conflict, contradiction in nature existence? No. So each and every one of us naturally accepts only to be in harmony. हम में से प्रत्येक व्यक्ति रहना चाहता है खुश, be in harmony with self, family, society and nature. So as I told you, our purpose is same, our potential is same, our program is same, but problem is only a competence, right? There is a problem of competence, ability to do. Competence means ability to do. So when I try to analyze the happiness, because if I'm happy, then I can imagine a world where there is a peace. We are talking about want of happiness, but traditionally we have been saying that this want is the basic reason of unhappiness. So this is all good to talk about happiness. But if your house catches fire, what will you do? Talk about happiness or put out the fire? The society is burning today because who is the reason? Who is responsible for it? Why society is burning today? I am good. I have a trust on my intention, but I have a doubt on other people's intention. Means doubt on intention is the major reason of all the problems. Verify, please. Doubt on intention, no matter I am husband or wife, no matter kids' behavior, no matter as a student, doubt on intention, no matter I am an employee, no matter I am an employer, doubt on intention is the major reason of all the problems today. Whenever we people are alone, is we ever think about it? What type of discussion we have in our office when we are free? Is we ever talk about the global warming? Is we ever talk about the things by which we can improve the things? Or we people talk about the other people? So which is the biggest fear on this earth? When I talk about which is the biggest fear on this earth, I give you the three options. The biggest fear on this earth, natural calamities, walking of dangerous animals on the road, or inhuman behavior. What do you opt? Three options for you. Which is the biggest fear on this earth? Natural calamities, walking of danger animals on a road, expectation भी हम बोल सकते हैं, or inhuman behavior. See, I'm sure 99% you be agree with inhuman behavior. We people creating hurdle for other human beings. So in relationship, actually, what is happening today? Like I'm doing something wrong in the morning or at night. My way of speaking is wrong. Every time when there is a fight, what we want to resolve it. कहीं भी झगड़ा होता है तो हम क्या करते हैं? उसे जल्दी से resolve करने की कोशिश करते हैं. We start the next day with the thought that we do not want to fight today. दोबारा नहीं लड़ेंगे, दोबारा ये रिपीट नहीं करेंगे, इससे मेरी हार्मनी डिस्टर्ब होती है, मुझे खुश रहना है. But a fight take place again sometimes by the end of the same day sometimes. लेकिन क्या होता है? शाम होते होते दोबारा लड़ाई हो जाती है. What is the reason behind this thought process? Problem of self-control, because we people sometimes do over-evaluation, under-evaluation, otherwise evaluation. If I'm doing over-evaluation, it means I'm suffering from a disease of ego. If I'm doing under-evaluation, it means I'm suffering from a disease of depression and anxiety, stress or tension in family. If I'm doing right evaluation, means I'm living with right understanding and I'm enjoying not only at home, within self, with my family, with society, and I am a person who always think about nature also, because I know that I do not want to hand over ailing planet to my future policy makers. I would like to hand over the planet which is healthy. I would like to imagine a world where there is a peace, where there is a trust on intention. Does this happen with you? Like I have given the example, कि लड़ाई हो जाती है शाम होते होते. Does this happen with you, with your brother, sister, father, mother, spouse, children, with your friends, co-workers, in your office? So what happened? What will be the result? क्या होता है? You get irritated or not speaking for days, dragging each other, right? Or these are the indicators that we people face a lot in our life. So suggestion in the form of a proposal only, because who I am a human being only. You know? I'm also on a learning stage like you people. So it's my suggestion in a proposal form that we all want to have continuous happiness and prosperity. And when we will be happy, then only we can imagine a holistic development. So we have to determine that I'm ready to take my responsibility. Because of my presence, no one is going to be unhappy. Maybe possible because the other person have a low competence, so he is suffering from anti-values, that is ill will, jealousy, hatred. So maybe possible he or she is, unstable or maybe disturbed because of my presence. But I assure you, I'm ready to take my own responsibility to think about or to verify that our basic aspiration is same, our program is same, our potential is same. Self-control is the basic to health and harmony. Self-control is the feeling of responsibility that I'm ready to nurture my body. One side is dal chapati, one side is dosa, which attracts you more. Of course, fast food attracts you more. But if you have a right understanding, then you make a balance properly. 4 days, healthy diet. The next 2 days, I can eat the things or make a balance that is according to my taste, right? So when we evaluate our state today, we find that we are not quite responsible towards taking care of ourselves. Because we people are hurry and worry, we are not thinking in a right direction, we are not doing right evaluation. Sometimes we are doing over evaluation, sometimes we are doing under evaluation. So we are not enjoying definite human conduct. Definite human conduct means I am living with a stable behavior with my family, with society, with nature. So I can imagine a world where there is a peace and prosperity, right? So what will be the process by which I can live with harmony? Process क्या होना चाहिए कि हम खुश रहें? हार्मनी मीन्स टू बी इन अ स्टेट ऑफ हैप्पीनेस. संगीत में स्थिति कि मैं अगर म्यूजिक भी कार ड्राइव कर रही हूँ नहीं चल रहा है तो मेरा माइंड शांत है. Still, I'm enjoying peace. So verify, is there any process in this world that removes all the negative things which spoil our harmony? Is the current education without values contributing positively to eradicate these challenges? Are we getting quality education? Can it make us understand sustainable or holistic development? Think about it and verify. Is there need for such education system? Who is responsible to make it available? Only colleges, schools, only teachers? Are we able to ensure this type of education? Are we getting quality education? If yes, if no, you have to think about it. It's a proposal. If we are getting quality education, so why there is a corruption? Why there is a inhumanism? Why there is a poverty? Why there is a disharmony? Why unhappiness? Why anti-values, ill will, jealousy, hatred? Why we not think that this is not a value for my family? So who can give you this type of education? Only educators, only schools and colleges, who may assure our peace. When we can live with peace, see this word as a family. When and which is the biggest fear on this earth? As I told you earlier, human being only. And we people are responsible for all these things. If I am talking about I am not responsible, other one is responsible. The same thing is happening in our world. We are saying I am not responsible, he is responsible. That is why this is the only reason that we people are not able to enjoy continuity of happiness. See, this is the chart, you have a look at it. That see, we people, universal human values, it's a good initiative of AICT and team, value education team, that they are working in this direction where our future policy makers start to live with harmony, be on a position, but their decisions are really very good for the world. We human beings not satisfied with a full stomach full. We would like to live with healthy feelings, but on the other hand, animals, they are happy with a stomach full. So this is a transformation actually, transformation phase, which our policy makers can do it only if we give them right direction. And we people working for animal consciousness. Animal consciousness means where I'm alert. I'm working through right understanding. I'm ready to work for the world, not for country only. Then only I can imagine. So let's discuss how can. See, the 3 steps are, I think, visible to you. Right understanding, relationship, and physical facility. Right understanding. See, which is the priority for you? These are the 3 options here. Right understanding, relationship, and physical facility, which is the priority for you. Actually, we people, I give importance to right understanding because I have worked a lot in this direction. I am working on myself. Right understanding. Second is relationship, and third is physical facility. But problem with us, हम सब लोगों के साथ problem क्या है? We people are living with physical facility only. We are giving priority to physical facility. That's the main problem. That's the main problem. That is why we people are not able to imagine a world where we can see holistic development. We are talking a lot, but we are not getting results. What is the reason? Where we have to start to work upon it, right? Understanding in the self. If I'm ready to take my responsibility, it means I have started to work for human consciousness. Actually, right now, we people are living in animal consciousness. Maybe possible 30% people, they have achieved this thing in their life. But still, we people are living in animal consciousness. And it's a transformation phase that we have to transform ourselves from animal consciousness to human consciousness. So if I have a right understanding in self, then only I can live with relationship with other human beings, without grudges, without ego. Then we can enjoy mutual happiness. I am happy and you also happy. If I have a right understanding with physical facility, it means I have a clarity that how much I am in need of. that I told you earlier, prosperity, feeling of having more than required. कब आएगी ये feeling? When I have a right understanding. अगर मेरे अंदर सही समझ नहीं है तो मेरे पास खाने के लिए मुझे खाना मिल रहा है, सब कुछ, still I am not satisfied. Till I am on this earth, I am not satisfied. So there is a need that I have a clarity about it. That first we have to develop this thing that I have a right understanding. Then when I have a right understanding, we can enjoy mutual happiness. And when I have a right understanding with physical facility, then I can enjoy mutual prosperity, right? So this is the basic step, happiness, prosperity, and its continuity. So we all want to live with happiness. We would like to imagine a society where there is a prosperity, and we all people want to enjoy the continuity of that thing. Are you ready to accept disturbance in your life? No. Are you ready to live with unhappiness? No, not for a second even. If I ask you the question today, do you want to live with happiness? So you can say, yes, of course, ma'am. I would like to live with happiness. I do not want an interruption between. If I ask you the same question after 20 years, the reply will be same. So means naturally acceptable to me. What is naturally acceptable to me? मुझे सहज रूप से स्वीकार है सुखी रहना. मुझे सहज रूप से जब भी मेरी सुख को कोई डिस्टर्ब करता है मैं स्ट्रेस में आ जाता हूँ, क्योंकि मेरे में सही समझ की कमी है. मैंने अपना रिमोट कंट्रोल दूसरे को दे दिया है. जब वो चाहे मुझे दुखी कर सकता है, जब वो चाहे मुझे सुखी कर सकता है, राइट? सो दैट्स अ प्रोसेस. वी हैव टू वर्क in this direction and try to find out the current identification of our aspiration. My basic aspiration is happiness. So our basic aspiration is happiness. It doesn't matter on which position or where we are working. We all want to live with happiness. So we can see or envision the world as a family and achieve our goal only when we have a clarity about the values or right understanding. Peace, justice, education, proper quality education, excellence, definite human conduct. Definite human conduct means मेरा जो behavior है वो stable हो. ऐसा नहीं है आज आप रितु मैम से मिले तो रितु मैम खुश हैं, 2 घंटे के बाद मिले तो मैंने आपको रिएक्शन दिया. It means I am not stable in my behavior. So then we may work for our country. First we work for country, then we can imagine for world where there is a peace and prosperity in continuity, right? And this is the way that we start to work on it. First step is human education. Next is human conduct. Third is human constitution. And fourth is universal human order, that we can say holistic development. So it's the entry point, human education. It's the entry point. And we people already have started to work in the same direction. That means if I talk about human education that ensures development and competence, means we teachers are working in the same direction and we are ready to take the responsibility of the students. Human conduct that ensures continuity of mutual happiness and prosperity, means my conduct is stable. If the students are the one people, they come in my contact, when they communicate with me, their harmony is not going to be disturbed. It's my assurance. Then human constitution means nature of society of people living together in a relationship of mutual fulfillment. And universal human order, that's holistic development, the society in which sustainable human goals are realized. Okay, so this is the entry point, human education, then human conduct, human constitution, and universal human order, right? Now the next slide, which I would like to highlight, I think it is visible. Human target. What is our target? Actually, we people want right understanding and right feeling in every individual, prosperity in every family, fearlessness, trust in society, coexistence in nature. Are all 4 required, desirable, or can we leave something out? इसमें से कोई हम छोड़ सकते हैं, हमें सबको लेना है. Other than these 4, what else is required? अगर ये 4 है, हम लोग कहते हैं कि नहीं हम इसमें से किसी को भी लीव नहीं कर सकते हैं, तो other than for what else is required? Are we working for all 4? क्या हम सब पे काम कर रहे हैं? No. Actually, we people are not living with right understanding. Sometimes we are living with right understanding. The moment when you are living with right understanding, actually you are enjoying harmony within self. जब आप सही समझ के साथ रहते हैं तो आप अंदर से खुशी फील करते हैं, happiness. When you live with right feeling and emotions, then you enjoy a genuine smile on your face, right? That we people heard a lot. If you are not in a habit to give a genuine smile, so develop this thing with the help of practice. How can you start to say, whenever someone say to you, namaste, good morning, hello, how are you? Then you reply in a way that you give a positive vibe to other person. If someone send you a message, you reply in a way that you create a positive chain. And this positive chain is going to very helpful for our, world. पूरे संसार के लिए बहुत अच्छा है. We can imagine prosperity in every family only when we have a right understanding with physical facility. We can imagine a society where there is fearlessness, जहां मुझे कोई डर ना हो. So we can imagine this type of society when we have a right understanding within self. हमें डर किससे लगता है? Human being से. क्या हमें रात को 2 बजे 3 बजे कहीं अकेले अगर जाना है तो हम किस चीज से डरते हैं? या हम कभी इस चीज की बात करते हैं कि कोई जंगली जानवर हमें खा जाएगा? Is we ever talk about the wild animals? Is we ever talk about the other things? No. We always have a fear because of human beings. So we people are responsible because of all these problems are just because of human beings. So we can imagine coexistence. Coexistence means सहअस्तित्व, जहां हम एक दूसरे की respect करते हुए society में रहते हैं. So when we start to live in a society by respecting each other, then we can imagine the same respect in a country, and then we can imagine the respect at world level. So we people are working at all four. We try to understand this. That's a human target, but we people are living with gross misunderstanding. Gross misunderstanding means assumption क्या है हमारा? Money is everything. Money is everything. So I'm not talking about, or human values is not talking about कि आप संन्यास ले ले. No. Human values is talking about that we people have to understand or develop a right understanding and start to do our right evaluation by which we can live with harmony in the society. And when we start to live with harmony in the society, then only we can imagine a holistic development. Otherwise, we cannot. But our assumption is accumulation by any means इकट्ठा करना है किसी भी तरीके से. Accumulation in few individuals. I'm not talking about all. Domination, fear in society. Mastery and exploitation over nature. किसको exploit कर रहे हैं? Nature को. So what we people are living with gross misunderstanding. Yes, of course. Some of the people they are thinking about it ki money is everything. Without money nobody is going to ask you. But is it not so? See, if you are prosperous means you are able to fulfill the things. What is the requirement you have? You are able to give your college fees. You are able to eat well. You are able to fulfill all the things, whatever the requirement of your family. It means you are enjoying your life. You are able to eat. You are able to digest. You are able to see the world. It means you are enjoying. Start to say thanks to all these things and work for the holistic development. But try to avoid the things which are creating problem in your mindset. So, see, right understanding in every individual, prosperity in every family, fearlessness in society, and coexistence in nature. When we have a right understanding in every individual, what will be the outcome? Knowledge and resolution, all encompassing through self-exploration. That is properly verified, and then outcome is happiness. When I have a prosperity in every family, then what will be the outcome? That right production, if I'm doing the right production, means if I'm not going to be involved myself in exchange storage, जिसे हम बोलते हैं ना विनिमय कोषा इकट्ठा करना. When, because we people suffer a lot at the time of second wave of COVID-19. That some of the people they involve in a corruption. That is why we are trying to arrange the injections also. But we are not able to arrange. What is the reason? Who is responsible for it? Human being only. Fearlessness, trust in society. How it can be possible? Relationship. Because since the time of birth till the end, we live in a web of relationship. And if we have a disharmony in our relationship, so how can I imagine to live with harmony? So from family to word family, if I am working properly with the right understanding, so there is a possibility of holistic development, of sustainable development. So basic is only right understanding, right evaluation of the self. Coexistence with the nature means harmony, means you are following the rules and regulations, laws of nature. Because what you give to nature, nature give you back. If you are giving something back to nature, then of course you are getting back. Because nature in a habit to take avenge, not revenge. हम human beings क्या लेते हैं? Revenge, बदला. But nature क्या लेती है? Avenge, सही के लिए बदला. So we can imagine a universal human order only when we have a right understanding within self. Reasons of human suffering. I think this slide is visible to you. See, human beings, they suffer a lot at the level of individual, family, and society. At the level of individual, what type of problems we people are facing today? Rising problem of depression, suicide case, stress, insecurity, health issues, lack of confidence. These are the problems that we face at the level of individual. At the level of family, breaking up of joint families, mistrust, disharmony, generation gap, dowry, death, neglect of older people. So these problems we are facing at the level of family. At the level of society, we are facing growing incidents of terrorism, violence, communalism, struggle, corruption, exploitation, war between the nation. That's because of lack of right understanding. At the level of nature, we people are facing problem of water, global warming, weather imbalance, deforestation, soil degradation. All these problems directly the reason incorrect understanding means lack of right understanding. Our wrong notion about happiness because we think that money is everything. We are hoarding, we are trying to collect anyhow. So our purpose is only to try to find out in a proposal form. First, we have to work on our thought process. Then we can live harmony as an individual. Then we start to understand to live in harmony with family, with society, and with nature. That's my proposal. I'm not talking about that you accept it, you verify it in your life incident. So for this, you have to work on your thoughts. If you're aware with your thoughts, of course, you may work upon it. If you're not aware with your thoughts, then of course, it will be the reason of your unhappiness. Happiness is a state or a situation in which I live. Means if I am living with harmony at 4 levels, harmony individual, harmony with family, harmony with society, harmony with nature, it means I am able to live with happiness, right? To be in a state of disliking is unhappiness. So what do we all want? हम सब लोग चाहते क्या हैं? We can examine this within ourselves. If slide is not available, please tell me about it. Do we want to be happy? क्या हम खुश रहना चाहते हैं? Do we want to be happy? क्या हम खुश रहना चाहते हैं? Do we want to be prosperous? क्या हम prosperous रहना चाहते हैं? Do we want the continuity of happiness and prosperity in our life? What will be the answer? Your answer is yes, we people would like to live with happiness. Are we happy? No. Or it may be possible you say, yes, ma'am, I am happy, or yes, we are happy. Are you enjoying the continuity of happiness? No, it is not possible. Why it is not possible? It is possible. Only the 3 things: death, any disease which is not curable, we cannot avoid it. But other things, we can control it. Do we want to be prosperous? Are we prosperous? Are we prosperous? Or do we want the continuity of happiness? Is there continuity of happiness and prosperity in your life? Do we want to be happy? Is our effort is towards happiness or only physical facility? कि मैं इस पोजीशन पे होऊंगा तो इतना पैसा कमाऊंगा. ठीक है, it's good. करना चाहिए, अर्न करना चाहिए. But your way of working, it should be correct. It should be right. It should be ethical. It should be acceptable. Naturally acceptable to you. Naturally, अगर मुझे सहज रूप से स्वीकार नहीं है कुछ गलत, जैसे ही मैं कोई गलत काम करूंगी तो मेरी हार्मनी डिस्टर्ब हो जाएगी. Because our potential, our program is same. Do we want to be prosperous? Yes, of course. Do we want the continuity of happiness? Yes. Or just for accumulation of physical facility? क्या हम पैसे इकट्ठा करने में लगे हैं, उससे खुशी मिलेगी? Have you assumed that happiness, prosperity will automatically you have enough physical facility? So what efforts you are making for happiness and prosperity or for accumulation of physical facility? What efforts you are making that you have to verify within yourself, right? So we can imagine an undivided society only when we start to work on ourselves. And for this, the basic thing is your thought process. If I'm living with the right understanding, so I can imagine a world where there is a peace. We have to follow the 5 dimensions. Our living style, right living should be good. We should be aware about the justice preservation, and our production work, it should be good, healthy, ethical. If I have a lack of right understanding or disharmony, this will create a problem for all of us, and we cannot imagine a world where there is a holistic development. So lack of right understanding is only the problem. Let's start to work as an individual for holistic development, and I know that if we determine, nothing will stop you to see a world where there is a peace and happiness. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable time. Your presence and wise word help magnify our cause in best possible ways. So I hope all the participants learned a lot with this webinar. And a good event never ends in the world. They take only a pause and keep us awaiting for the next. All good things eventually end. I consider everyone as fortunate that they became a part of this webinar, which was full of knowledge and which makes difficult to say goodbye. And remember, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel and also tag us on Instagram like #DigiSaksham.